20 years ago, almost no one was talking about Catholic growth. In many places, Catholic churches were small, quiet, and even disappearing. Some people believed the faith had already passed its strongest days. But something unexpected happened. In one part of the world, Catholicism did not fade away. Instead, it grew faster than anyone imagined. From almost nothing, it reached millions. And the most surprising part is that this story is still unfolding today. Stay with me till the end, because the final reason behind this growth is something very few people understand. For a long time, the center of Catholic life was seen as Europe and parts of the Americas. Ancient churches, famous cathedrals, and long traditions shaped how people viewed the faith. But while attention stayed focused on the past, a quiet change began somewhere else. In villages, cities, and small communities, new believers started gathering. Churches that once had empty benches became full. Seminaries that struggled to find students suddenly had more young people than space. This was not the result of one event, one leader, or one moment. It was a slow and steady rise that turned into one of the fastest growth stories Catholicism has ever seen. In many of these places, Catholicism started with almost no power or support. Early believers were few in number. They often faced pressure, misunderstanding, or even fear. Some communities had no church buildings at all. Priests traveled long distances just to celebrate Mass once a month. Faith was not something that brought comfort or status. It was something people chose with care and courage. This made the early Catholic communities very strong from the beginning. As time passed, something important happened. Catholic faith became deeply connected to daily life. It was not just about Sunday worship. It was about family, care for neighbors, education, and hope. Churches became places where people felt seen and valued. Schools were built where children could learn. Clinics were opened where the sick could receive help. Slowly, Catholicism became known not only as a belief system, but as a way of life that supported the whole community. One major reason for this fast growth is family. In many regions where Catholicism is growing the fastest, families are strong and close. Faith is shared at home, not forced but lived. Children see their parents pray, help others, and stay united during hard times. This creates a deep connection to belief from a young age. When faith is passed through love and example, it grows naturally and lasts longer. Another reason is youth. Young people are not turning away from Catholicism in these places. Instead, they are embracing it. Many young men and women feel that modern life is fast, noisy, and empty. They are searching for meaning, truth, and direction. Catholic teaching offers structure, purpose, and a sense of belonging. Youth groups, community events, and service projects give young people a role and a voice. They do not feel ignored. They feel needed. Education also plays a powerful role. Catholic schools focus not only on books, but on values. They teach respect, discipline, and responsibility. Parents notice the difference. Students who attend these schools often become leaders in their communities. When people see faith producing positive change, trust grows. And when trust grows, more people are willing to listen and learn. Another important factor is leadership. In areas of fast Catholic growth, local leaders understand their people. Priests, sisters, and lay leaders speak the local language. They know the culture, the struggles, and the hopes of their communities. Faith is not presented as something foreign or distant. It is shared in a way that feels close and real. This makes Catholicism feel like a home, not an outside idea. Suffering has also shaped this growth. In regions that faced war, poverty, or hardship, Catholic communities often stood firm. Churches became places of peace during chaos. When people had nothing else, they had faith. This deep bond between belief and survival created strong believers. When peace returned, faith did not disappear. It became even stronger. One of the most surprising parts of this story is how fast the numbers grew. In just a few decades, places with very few Catholics reached millions of believers. New parishes were formed. New dioceses were created. Seminaries filled with young men preparing for priesthood. Many of these new priests are now being sent to places where faith is declining. The flow has reversed. The future of Catholic leadership is now coming from places once considered unlikely. This growth did not come from pressure or force. It came from witness. People saw lives changed by faith. They saw families healed, communities supported, and hope restored. Catholicism offered answers in times when many felt lost. It did not promise easy lives, but it promised meaning. That message spread from person to person, home to home. It is also important to understand that this growth is not perfect. Challenges remain. Resources are limited. Training leaders takes time. Communities face modern problems like technology, changing values, and outside pressure. But the foundation is strong. Because the faith grew during hardship, it learned how to survive and adapt. If you're still watching, this next part is crucial. The fastest growth of Catholicism is not just about numbers. It is about balance. These growing communities hold tradition and change together. They respect ancient teachings while responding to modern needs. This balance is rare, and it is one of the main reasons the growth continues instead of fading. The final reason behind this rise is hope. In a world where many feel uncertain about the future, Catholicism offers a clear story. It explains suffering, values life, and gives people a reason to keep going. When hope is real, people hold on to it. And when people hold on to hope, faith grows. From almost nothing to millions, this is not just a story of religion. It is a story of people, families, and communities finding meaning together. And this growth is not slowing down. In fact, many experts believe the strongest years are still ahead. If you stay till the end, you now understand something most people don't. The fastest growth of Catholicism did not come from power, wealth, or fame. It came from faith lived quietly and deeply. And that is why this story matters today more than ever.